Alright, next up is a documentary, and the first of two I'm reviewing today. This one is called The Promise, Bruce Springsteen now. This is the story of the making of Bruce Springsteen's 1978 album, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Now, let me paint the picture for you. It's after 1975. Born to Run has propelled Bruce Springsteen into a level of rock and roll superstardom. He is the, I guess you could say he was the storyteller of the heartland. He was the, I wouldn't want to say poet, but he went above poet. He was the, I guess you could say the Charles Dickens of the heartland of America at this point. Or at least he was starting to get there, at least get that title. He was really going above and above what the true stories in the heart and even the black heart of America was. Now, Springsteen's Born to Run is regarded as one of the best rock and roll records of all time. But then the troubles that followed after of the perfection he wanted for Darkness on the Edge of Town really truly made me understand. Now, I am a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. Bruce Springsteen is my favorite recording artist, my favorite singer, my favorite songwriter. He's just my favorite music personality in general. He always has been. For those people who know me well, they know that. Darkness on the Edge of Town has always been my favorite album. But I always wondered why. I mean, I knew the songs were great, the writing was great, the musical arrangements were just amazing, the lyrics were just mind-blowing. But I knew there was something else as to why I liked this album so much. And this documentary really, really drove that home to me. Now, they show actual footage of the recording sessions, some of them. There's interviews with Bruce Springsteen, the E Street Band, plus many of the producer and production group, behind everything. And the making of this album was so difficult. Springsteen is not what you would call a perfectionist. He just has an idea in his head and he wants it to come out the way he sees it in his head. This is the type of guy Bruce Springsteen has always been. For example, one of my favorite scenes is when he's making the drumming arrangements with of course, E Street Band drummer Max Weinberg. Now, Weinberg was doing his thing perfectly almost, but Springsteen's like, no, when I hear the drums, I don't want to actually hear the tapping of the drum. I don't want to hear the tap, I just want to hear the drum. Kind of doesn't make sense, but if you really think about it, it does. You just don't want to hear a stick hitting, a snare or, any drum or whatever. You don't want to just hear the stick hitting. You want to hear the sound that the drum makes. Springsteen didn't want to hear the stick hitting. It's almost as if he just wanted something extra from it, wanted just a little bit taken away. This is how precise Springsteen was with this album. But there were so many great songs he left off this, including Because the Night, which became a big hit for Patti Smith back in the 70s. Now, they said the song, he could have made 4 or 5 Darknesses on the Edge of Towns and made them all great albums with the songs he recorded here. But of course, only that select 10 made it. Bruce Springsteen is, in my opinion, one of the smartest musical personalities of all time. And I could be biased when I say that, but sue me, whatever. Fact of the matter is, Bruce Springsteen really went all the way with this, and he had to, because he knew his career practically depended on it. Even after the success that Born to Run was, he was almost broke due to certain matters and circumstances which are discussed in this film. This is a tremendous for any Springsteen fan. You will not be disappointed. It's actually a lot better than the Born to Run documentary that was straight to the box set that came out a few years ago. And I think even people who just casually know who Springsteen is and or don't even really know him at all will be interested in how the music was made back then. I give Bruce Springsteen The Promise 4 stars out of 5.